This is Betty with Betty Stamping Crazy again, and I have another demonstrator meeting tomorrow night, and I'm doing a card that's probably going to take me a while. I need 14 of these, but I am using the new Thinlits that are called the Detailed Floral Thinlits, and you have, let's see, this side goes here, this side, and then this cuts the edge off right here. I made this. I'm sorry, let me go ahead and tell you what stamp set I used. I used the stamp set that goes with it. It's a bundle, and what I'm using is this rose pattern right here, and I'm using the congratulations, and I am doing this in all of the in colors. I'm gonna have to pick a few extras because there's only 5 in colors and I need 14 of these. I'm not going to untie this one. I will show you one that I have not tied yet that's already open. If I ever get that bow open, I'll never get it tied back. But I'll show you a green one. And this is how I made the inside. I put a piece of Whisper White on the inside. And then I took the rose and put it in the color of the cardstock. But the congratulations that I put in the middle, I used the archival ink, the black archival ink. I'd rather have it sometimes for sentiments because it just pops a lot better than some of the other colors. So anyway, let's get started on this. I have the pieces here. First, let's start with the base, and the base is 11, which is this way. I cut it down this way. It's going to be long, or it is long this way. Anyway, it's 11. And I cut it at 4 1/8, not 4 1/4, but 1/8, because I wanted it just a little bit smaller so that when you cut this out, you can cut the edge off. And I scored this at 3 3/8 and 8 7/8, which I'm upside down here. Here's my scores. This is the 3 3/8. And then this is the 8 7/8. And then my piece that goes on the inside, I used a piece of Whisper White, and it's 4 1/4 by, I'm sorry, 5 1/4 by 3 7/8, which I brought this down just a little bit too. It's not quite the 4. So all I did was brought it down 1/8 of an inch because I wanted it to fit inside here. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to show you. I have already showed you the base, and I'm not going to do a lot of cutting. I've already cut most of these out, but I will show you kind of the process. The bigger side that you scored on, I took and used this piece right here. This is what went right here, and then I used this piece to cut the edge off. And I just kind of nestled it in there and cut that edge off right there. And I did the same thing. Oh yeah, and I wanted to tell you about our brush. When you have this, you still have it, the die, have it in the die. Just get our brush here and just kind of go over it like that a couple of times, being careful. Don't lift it, just being careful. And then you lift it, and most of these will fall out. What doesn't, you know, of course you can take your pokey tool, as I call it, and just kind of poke the pieces out. I usually run this through twice, so I've got a lot of running through to do since I have 14 to make. But this is the first side. Okay, and then I came back and I did the other side the same way, and I left, I don't know if you can see it right here, I left about 1/8 of an inch between where I scored it and, whoops, I found a piece there, where I scored it and where I set the die, because I wanted to give it room to bend. And you're still going to have to be careful when you go to bend it, and I'll show you why. We're going to go ahead and do this one, because if you bend it, and you'll mess up these if you're not real careful. So just kind of bend it real easy and just work it down. And once you get it so far, then you can kind of just work it down a little at a time. I try to be real careful with these because I messed up some earlier. And then you can use your bone folder and go ahead and put that down. Let me use the other end. That's much easier. Same thing on this side. Okay, this, like I said, you have to be careful or you will bend it in the wrong place. And just keep working it down. And just be real careful. Okay. Then make sure it's even on top and on bottom, and then just kind of go like this. Just go ahead and use your bone folder to crease it. Still got pieces everywhere, don't I? Okay, then I took my Whisper White piece. This is so simple. I took my Whisper White piece, which I said was 4 1/4 by 3 7/8, and just go ahead. I'm using the Dapper Denim this time. Let me move this out of the way. Go ahead and put it back on the drill so it doesn't get lost. I'll move this up. And these, I forgot, I did use this one right here too, out of here. I used this piece, I used the Congratulations and the Rose. And as I said, I stamped the rose and this little, it's a kind of a vine looking thing, I think. I stamped that in Dapper Denim, trying not to get my head in the way. And try to get it straight, kind of leave it, don't rock it. And then just pull it up. That is pretty. Okay, and then the rose, yeah, make sure it's got plenty of ink on it. Bring this down a little bit. I got a little bit of a glare, I'm sorry. It's even getting on me. Blinding me. Okay, set that down. Let it set for a few minutes. And your rose has a little bit of a pattern. I know you can't see it, but it's kind of a material type pattern's what it makes me think of. So that it's not completely solid. You have these little designs in it. Okay, set that aside. And then I need my black archival ink. And my Congratulations. Let me make sure I got it straight because I don't have it marked yet on the bottom. Okay. Then just take that right in the middle. Set that down. Give it a little push, but don't rock it. And there you go. And then open this back up carefully. Let me close this. I still have glitter everywhere. I'm getting it, it's all over my table, my kitchen table where I work sometimes. Okay, backwards. I want it going this way because I want the long one on this side. Oh, there was one thing I didn't tell you. Whichever way you're going to be bending this, make sure that you set each one of these on the same side. Like if you put this one here, don't turn this over, you know, turn the cardstock over and then put this one on here. Make sure that they're both like this, and that's the way you're going to bend it because you want this on the front. Because I did one while ago. Let me see if I can find it. And I don't think you can tell it, but on this side it's really smooth down in, you know, it kind of rolls down into the flowers. And on this side I put it backwards, and this is, you can tell the difference. I'm sure most of you know how these Thinlits work, but it's a totally different look. Just make sure they're both on the same side when you cut them. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish this up. Where's my tape? Here it is. And I'm not going to put the ribbon on it because I'm really trying to hurry this along. My husband's going to be in a little bit. And trying to get this done in a hurry and I want to get it edited and uploaded today. Oops. And here I am trying to hurry, and I always screw myself up, don't I? Yep, there we go. I suggest, though, you know, most of the time, I mean, I went ahead and bent this for you, but in order to have this flat, you're probably better off putting this in before you bend it at your score marks. Let's go ahead and get this down. I think I'm getting it. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and then you bend that in, and you're going to put whatever ribbon you decide on. I had this. I was wishing I had some of the 1/8 inch ribbon. I think this is some of the 1/4 inch ribbon. I'm not sure. But I was hoping that I would have some of the 1/8 inch ribbon that would go with it, but I didn't have any on hand that's not retired, and I didn't want to use a retired one for our meeting cards. But that's all it is to it. Just, it's a little bit of work, but it's worth it. It's really pretty. And some of the sayings on this stamp set: for all the thoughtful things you do, wedding wishes. So this would make a pretty wedding card. May your love grow stronger, deeper, and more beautiful with every passing year. And this one, I like this one. It says, a special note of thanks to you. So this is called Floral Phrases, like I said. And it's a bundle. You can get it in a bundle with the detailed floral thinlits. Don't forget, this is the only day. I did a video about it and got it uploaded yesterday so that you would have a little bit of head start to know. We are having, just today only, the paper pumpkin. You can go back on the video before this one that I'm uploading before this one, or did upload, and it tells you that all about the paper pumpkin deal that we were having just for today. It's going to, you can get your first kit when you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin for $5, people. That is cool. And Paper Pumpkin is a very cool kit. You get something different every month, once a month. And you can cancel it any time. You don't have to keep getting it, and you don't have to sign up for like 3 to 4 months. And actually, this deal, you cannot do that. It has to be just the month-to-month subscription. It cannot be a prepaid for like 3 months, 6 months, or anything like that. That deal doesn't work with this. So if you want the Paper Pumpkin for $5, be sure to go to the online store before, I believe it's midnight Mountain Time, and get subscribed for Paper Pumpkin. And check out the video just before this one to get more details on it, and a few other promotions that Stampin' Up! Is having in June. Anyway, this is Betty with Betty Stamping Crazy. Thank you.